Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz. It is March 15, 2020, 9:55 p.m. Birmingham. Topic, once again, back on the coronavirus, but some very disturbing videos that people are posting, that are getting out and posting. And I've noticed one video or one person has posted three or more videos, and all of them. Well, it's like this. I believe, because the last video, it showed them watching him as he had the door cracked, filming them, as they were spraying the doorways of apartment buildings. They made a U-turn and went out. They watched him again. He closed the door and he started filming out the window. He hadn't had any videos posted since. Just to show you. Now, these are a collage of videos that someone put together, and you can find them. They're going door to door in Wuhan. There's 11 million people, and most of them live in apartments. Keep in mind, they're communists, even though Wuhan is a college city. Mostly young people there going to universities, and, they have a network of for example, we took a girl from Guatemala one year. She spent 9 months in high school here, and someone from high school went her city, but she stayed with my family. Her name was Wendy Piquet. She's from Guatemala, and but that didn't help her because she's gone back in poverty. And we did find that out recently. And this is 20 years ago that they came to stay with. Anyway, let me skip on. They're going door to door, Wuhan, China. And they're checking people. They don't have to get inside. They don't have to ram a thermometer down the throat or up their butt. All they got to do is use this. And I can tell you, this is dead accurate. Can you read that? That's my surface temperature. Now, you can take the surface temperature of a certain place on my body, and if it reads in that 93.5 to 94 range, you're on target, because internally it's going to be 98.7. If anyone reads above a 94.5 with this, they drag them out. That means they have a temperature, and they don't know if they have this coronavirus or not, but they're dragging them out. And I have videos of that. I don't know how to flip these things and show you what I'm talking about, but I just know that in Wuhan, China, for example, today, right now, what it looks like today is nothing. See one car going down the road there? And let's go and look at Wuhan, China. It's a great, beautiful city. And beautiful, I mean, amazing beauty this thing is. If it ever comes up, I recorded too much of nothing there, but there's Wuhan, China. It's just an example. It's a beautiful city. No beans about that. It's a beautiful city. And they're dragging people out. They're dragging them. It shows a picture, and I'll get to that in a moment. Down steps, going down the steps. I saw blood on the steps. I saw blood on the coat of one of the policemen. I'm assuming they were cops that were taking them out. Everybody wore white. They were covered, so nobody knew who's who, except they're dragging these people out. those who are read by this thing where they check their temperature. They beat on the door, they'll crack a door and they'll pop it at them. If it reads above 94.5, 95, then they're going to drag them out. And that's what they're doing. And they're throwing them in vans. And I'm about to come up on that, I believe. And I want you to see it. I'm about to get here. I'm sorry. And all right, I think this is coming. Let me speed it up here a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Well, maybe I went too far. I'm sorry. And I'm just like not with it right now, I guess. It's really disturbing to watch. I'll put that blunt, but mildly is even worse than I can sit here and tell you. CDC, here we go. CDC, 80,000 people died of flu last year in the United States. 80,000, highest death toll in 40 years. But the average death toll is 69 plus thousand. And the media chose to knock that number down to 39,000 to mushroom the coronavirus. Can you say that number, 80,000? To mushroom the coronavirus to make it look bigger in your eyes than the flu. The CDC of 80,000 people. And that reflection is pretty bad. But they're playing up the coronavirus. They're blowing it way out of proportion. Now, look here. This is coming out of
rising anger over how the crisis is being handled.
Local officials in Wuhan did withhold information. The doctors in Wuhan who were talking about it were explicitly told to shut up.
And scientists racing to find a vaccine.
We just don't know how this outbreak is going to develop or how many people are ultimately going to be infected or ultimately going to die from this disease.
Here's the bad thing right here, what's going on.
How the coronavirus outbreak sparked a global emergency.
We're absolutely fucking petrified. The police are actually knocking on doors, taking temperatures, and if people have got a temperature, they're dragging them in. You don't get a fucking say in it. You don't get an option.
No option. Police are knocking on doors in Wuhan, China. Like I said, no option. I mean, they take you out. They take you away. They cram you inside of a van. And I've got another video. I won't try to hold it up to show you. I know you believe it. They're going along to these apartment buildings and they're welding the doors closed so that no one in the building can leave. They're doing this all over Wuhan. They're welding the doors shut, forbidding anyone to come outside. If they do, they carry them away automatically. The ones on the street, if you notice, all had their face hidden. They were wearing either black or white. Some were wearing red. But they're enforcing, they're under martial law, the entire 11 million city, their people. And very disturbing. And I mean, this is recent. And the guy that made that particular blog, or he did one, he'd had 3, okay? And there are several others that were put together that I didn't put together. But after he had 3, they watched him coming and going when they were spraying these buildings. They saw him filming, and they watched him going and coming back. They saw him filming again. The guy didn't post another film after that. That was the last one he posted. He was not Chinese. He was from England, and he was there. I don't know if he lived or worked or went to school or what, but he said he was afraid for the lives of anyone who had a slightly elevated temperature. What do? I believe in all my heart that China is putting on a damn show for the world to see, like they really care. And the liberal media in our country playing right into their hands, and they're blowing this out of proportion where they don't want you to see the number of the abortions that's going on every day in this country, every year. Let me let you see this. These are abortions. You see that number? That's abortions. That started January 1. These are not in the statistics of deaths anywhere. You can find everything. You find flu, heart attacks, cancer, liver disease, kidney disease, automobile wrecks, mosquito bites, snake bites, bear attacks, but you don't see one abortion mentioned as a casualty in that whole line of deaths among people. And you think God is happy about that? This liberal media we have, shame on them. God knows everything. He knows all, and one day people will pay. And what's going on now, I still believe is going to go away soon. But I believe that this coronavirus could be just setting up perhaps to be the one that will come back, that will be the pandemic. They'll just really go through and wipe out a third of the people. Just hold on to your hat. But you Christians, you don't have to worry about it. You're out of here. And I've been thinking all along we're going to be out by May 24 in 21-21 anyway. So nobody says it has to be by then or before then or just a day or two after, but it's got to be in that time, because that begins the final 7 years of time on this planet that'll complete the 6,000 years before the 7,000 year begins, the millennium. In the final 7 years, God will deal with his people, the Jews. The Antichrist will be let loose on this earth, and he will do all that he chooses. And God help those who are left behind. Jody Wolf Expoz.